I can feel it coming. It's that time again. It's those old goofy goblins. Welcome to Goofs and Goblins, the tabletop role-playing anthology. Guys, welcome to the second arc of Goofs and Goblins. With the conclusion of Campfire Tales, we're starting a 5th edition D&D game, Goof Mastered by Matt Gordon. He's running a fairy tale inspired fantasy game which draws on the violence and darkness of those old tales to spin a yarn unlike any you've heard before. In 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, we roll numeric dice rather than the symboled ones from the old game, and the higher, the better. In extreme circumstances, we get advantage, where we roll 2 and take the higher number, or disadvantage, where we roll 2 and take the lower number. Other than that, we try to keep the mechanics out of the podcast itself. We're just here to tell a story. So sit back and let yourself sink into the ethereal reality of the Grimm Realm.
Once upon a time, in the land of Faerun, north of the Dale Lands and on the far side of the river Tesh, lay a humble but fortified holdfast called Whitehorn. Its lord, one Cardric Alderwood, rules his realm with an even hand and wise temperament. At his side are 3 adventurers, Dame Felina Duquesne, a stalwart and no-nonsense knight, Malthus, a demon-touched bard with a heart of gold, and the mysterious monk from land shrouded in mist, known only as Shaw. Today finds the 3 like it usually does, in the practice yard of Whitehorn Keep. And, yeah, you guys are chilling in the practice yard of the Whitehorn Castle. Okay, so the 3 of you find yourselves in the courtyard of Whitehorn. It's a pretty typical day. You don't have any outstanding jobs. There's nothing that calls to your immediate attention, so you are all kind of taking care of some downtime, some you time. Why don't we go around real quick and just say who your character is and what they look like and kind of what they're doing right now. Why don't you start, Johnstone?
All right. Well, Felina right now is practicing with about 3 other guys, and she's just dodging and deflecting blows left and right. She's in the sparring yard, of course. She's tall and imposing. She dances around the battlefield using a sword and shield to help and allies and hinder enemies. She's got straight, long black hair, pale skin, and piercing gray eyes. But at most times, she carries a scowl on her face, giving the impression of disapproval. And she's wearing half-plate armor with a full-faced helmet.
So, the two guys Felina is sparring with right now are
it was
2 brothers. 3 guys. The 3 of them are doing their absolute damnedest to try and score a hit on you, but between blade and board, you manage to deflect all of their blows. And finally, at one point, John just throws his wooden sword to the ground, and he's like, "Oh, sod it. There's no point in this at all. She's just too damn good." And Tom is like,
I think she's a bit indomitable.
yeah, and then Strom's like, "Yeah, you're right." Came out a little weird, so my voice is like this. So that's them. What about Tran? What's your guy's deal? What's he up to? What's he look like?
I'm Malthus, and I'm vigorously polishing my horns.
Horns? He's got multiple.
Oh yeah, I'm a crimson tiefling.
Tiefling?
I'm a demon.
He's just a little demon boy. It's okay.
Got crimson colored skin, and I got some purple hairs, and I'm a bard, and I'm dressed super spiffy. I got this nice button-up shirt, and I guess it's like a blouse-looking thing. Is that what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm dressed like Prince.
That's
Prince.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's so fucking cool. Prince would be a tiefling.
Oh man, and he's a
And
bard.
he's definitely a bard.
He's
Okay, so Malthus, as you're polishing your horns, you reach down to scoop in the rag another dollop of polish goop, and you realize that your little canister is empty. And just as you realize that, the court page, Ponce, no, what was his name? Paunchy, runs up, and he's like, oh, here you go, my lord. Here's another lamprey oil just for you. And he's got it right there for you.
Well, thanks, Ponch. I'll be sure to write you my tales of songs and what are they called?
Ballads.
I think the ballads.
Yeah,
and
my
epics,
ballads
my
and
lord.
adventures.
Oh, you don't need to do that for me. I'm just a little paunchy boy with errands to do and people to help.
What people don't understand is you're the backbone of adventurers.
I am?
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. And then I grab the polish. I start polishing my horns.
Okay, bye. You're my best friend, bye. And he, runs off.
Does everyone call him Punchy and then, punch him in the shoulder?
No, his name's Paunchy because he's got, just a little bread basket.
Panza?
He's got a little bread basket of a tum, and he just can't get rid of it no matter what. He got a little bansa. Just a little sweet bun right there where there's tum-tum goes. Hammer, what is your guy up to? What's his deal?
My character's name is Shaw, and one look at him distinguishes him as a man of the Orient. Clearly he's traveled to these lands from the East, bringing with him an esoteric style of fighting that he refers to as Kung Fu.
And is he a man from the East, or is, we've got a demon boy here, so I don't want to make any assumptions.
His pointed ears but nearly human features mark him as a half-elf.
Okay.
Touched not only by the two worlds of East and West, but by the Fae and the material realms. He's dressed in simple robes that don't look like they could protect him in combat, and carries naught but a bamboo stick on his back. And his finest adornment is a set of prayer beads about his neck that glow with a faint blue light. When he speaks, it's the darndest thing. His words don't seem to match up with the movements of his mouth. But everyone seems to understand what he's saying all the same. We join him now, locked in a struggle with the steward of Gondor in a game of Taisho.
Gondor?
Where he uses his white lotus tile to always get the upper hand.
Yeah, so the steward of White Horn, who has never heard of a Gondor, he's scratching his head with one of the tiles, and he's looking with consternation at the board, and he's like, right, so this one goes up 2, and then right or left 1.
You've played this game enough times. You'll not fool me with this gambit a second time.
Well, my old ticker and my thinker aren't what they used to be, so I don't want to make any assumptions.
Old age and treachery will not overcome the fist of the chosen of the dragon god.
All right then. Well then, how about this? And he jumps 8 tiles with the tile that he was scratching his head with.
A good move and fair. Well played.
Thank you. Yeah, I was sneaking little peeks at your strategy book there. The Song of Combat.
The Scrolls of the White Lotus.
Scrolls. Yeah, that one. Whatever it was called. What?
Look, the plot is coming this way.
Oh.
Let us move forward.
And just as you say that, Paunchy comes running out with a very frantic and frenetic look on his face that tells you right away that he just received summons from his Lord Cardrick. And he's like, oh, assembled my lords and my lady, my Lord Cardrick requests an audience with you, post haste in the Great Hall. And he, bows once, and then bows again, and then bows a third time. So, you guys enter the Hall of Whitehorn. Now, as we've established, Whitehorn has its name because there's a giant set of dire ram horns that are polished bone white and very impressive. And they decorate the front of the hall. And down to the back of the hall, you see Lord Cardrick, and he sits atop what you guys know as the Adamant Throne, seat that's naturally been formed in the crook of a large alder tree that dominates the far end of the castle wall. Who kind of wants to take the lead up in here? You guys have known Cardrick for a while, but there's certain, levels of protocol that need to be followed.
I believe it's pretty clear that our bard will be our party face.
Our face.
I mosey on up to, I guess, near the foot of the throne is. Is it perched up on, like, you know how in Game of Thrones or whatever, or anywhere that has a throne room, it's like all these stairs and then the throne? Or is it like...
They're like way up high?
I'm kind of imagining like the Thanes Hall in Whiterun.
So like 2 or 3 steps higher?
It's not
but
like
really
it's not
like...
ridiculous, but it's enough to know that he's, the head of the area.
What's the proper sign of like respect or like a salute to give to someone of his position in this land?
Let's see, I'm gonna say you've been here for a while, so you would know. Lord Cardrick doesn't need a whole lot of ceremony, but just like, a nod of the head or a very shallow bow is enough. Just, basically like you're acknowledging his presence with a certain level of respect.
Okay, Shaw has 2 fingers up and his hand sideways and puts it over his heart in a traditional monk greeting.
Malthus comes in and he curtsies a little bit.
Felina considers herself on equal nobility and doesn't do anything.
Ooh. Alright, Cardrick nods to the 2 boys, and then he kind of raises an eyebrow at Felina, but he doesn't really say anything about it. He says, greetings, adventurers. It's good to see you this morning. Malthus, I trust you've been staying out of trouble?
Oh, you know me. Always out of trouble.
I'm sure of it. At least my guard hasn't had anything untoward to report. Shaw, have you been keeping Cosmo confounded with that game of yours?
If he was any worse at this game, I would start playing the local children instead.
The Lord kind of leans forward just a little bit and beckons Shaw closer, just so it can be like a little one-off thing to him. And he says, we trained him wrong on purpose. It's kind of been a joke amongst all of us nobles.
Try my foot to face style.
And he sits back and he says, Milady Duquesne, I trust you find yourself well this day?
Of course, Lord Cardrick. Your hospitality is most generous.
Yes, well, I'm afraid I must ask you to earn your keep once again, as it were. I've received a letter warning me of a calamity in the barony nearby of Grimswood. It seems the heir apparent, one Baronet Miranda, has gone missing. The barony are our neighbors across the ride, and it wouldn't do for their misfortune to grow into a greater chaos that might embroil the whole region. Go south, young adventurers, and bring stability to the land. And he motions with his hand, and Paunchy comes up with a map pretty similar to the one you guys see on the table here. And it shows that Whitehorn is up there, and you need to just kind of cross south, skirting the edge of the ride, which is like a big Eastern Russia, Mongolia steppes sort of terrain, and make your way south to the Citadel of Grimswood, which is at the border of a great forest.
When the Lord has need of his fist, the fist goes flying as quick as it can to its target.
Your enthusiasm's always noted and appreciated, my friend. Well, if you have no questions, then saddle your horses and ride out today. And y'all got some horses.
Yeah. I named my horse Caleb.
Caleb? That's nice.
Caleb,
Felina's
that's a good
horse
name.
is Thunder Cougar Falconbird.
Thunder Cooper Falconbird. My horse has but one name. Thunder Cooper Falconbird.
I love so far how all your horses are fictional vehicles.
From Matt Groening cartoons.
You've
Hammer,
got me.
does your
You've
horse
caught
have a name?
My style.
That's
I
okay.
can't think
Shaw
of anything
takes a
clever,
while
funny,
before
so no.
he names things. So y'all,
The horse with no name.
perfect.
It's a camel. No, it's a horse. It's a horse. Go ahead.
So we're gonna try something a little new this campaign. We're gonna use the honor and sanity ability scores that are optional rules for 5e. Basically, honor is just a measure of how well you are in decorum, how strong you stick to your code of ethics, stuff like that. And sanity is your ability to look at the crazy, the
arcane, the fae, and not go bonkers. So we're going to, everyone can kind of take 10 on one of these stats, and then on the other one they're going to roll and take the highest 3 of 4 regular d6 dice. And and then I guess we'll just sound off what their new ability scores are once we get them figured out.
I've rolled a 15 for one. I want to have a 17 on my insanity and a 10 on honor.
Okay.
Well, shit. All right, we've determined
For
you're
honor.
the most honorable, so I'm gonna go with.
Well, I don't have to be, but I would love to stare the Cthulhu in his face and let him know that my mind, body, and will is stronger. Yeah, basically, gently as nobody's bitch.
All right, so I went 8
Cool.
on sanity, 17 on honor.
Okay, Malthus is 18 on sanity and 8 on honor. You guys start traveling south along the steps, kind of skirting the edge of the ride, which is good for you because the ride's very well known for having big, wide areas of nothing, and then roving bands of nomadic tribes that vary between standoffish and outright bloodthirsty. So it's generally a good idea to avoid that if you're a small party. What I would like to know, though, is who's kind of the leader, as it were, of the three of y'all? Like, who's sort of...
Felina.
Felina, you think?
Probably Felina.
I've been voted into leadership.
As a person who is not trustworthy with things, I would vote not me.
Okay, then. So, Felina, I need you to roll an honor roll to see how bound to decorum you feel with regards to getting to the Citadel, like, as fast as humanly possible. This is basically going to determine if you guys are going to, like, really try and push your horses super hard because there's an emergency, a noble has gone missing, or if, you know, you're going to risk a baron's ire and be a little more prudent with your steeds.
So what do I roll and what do I add to it?
I want you to... Well, let's see. You've got that 17 honor. So why don't you roll a d20 and add 3. And I'm going to say this is a DC 15.
DC 15. I did not get 15.
All right. So you guys are all going to try and push your horses super hard. You're basically going to be riding...
Wait, because he failed his honor check, we are super bound to get in there as fast as possible?
We're going to do the dishonorable thing and push our horses harder than we know is ethical to do.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite of, hey, yeah, they're in super dire trouble, but, you know, we might as well just take our time. It's not a big deal. That's what I thought the role was, but no, I mean, I was just curious. Okay, continue.
Well, I mean, I don't mind if that's the way you guys want to roll it.
No, I mean that's what I thought it was for.
Hey, you're the DM.
But yeah, you're the DM, so it's your call. That's what I thought the role was for.
So yeah.
Let's keep going.
Listeners, I am getting 3 d20 dice, and I am making a roll that the players can't see, but that's part of the fun. From what I hear,
But we know about now.
Oh, Matt, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I have like a double-sided rapier, where one side is the violin bow and the other side is like just I guess it's just a really pointy bow.
I'm not sure I follow what you mean here.
So
It's a multi-purpose. It's a bow that he can stab people with.
Not a short bow, but a bow as in like for your violin.
Yeah, so you want what is essentially an instrument of death.
Yes.
Is kind of what you're looking for here.
And the answer very, very, very much needs to be yes.
Oh, yeah, no, that sounds baller. Hell yeah.
All right, so instead of putting my bow back into its quiver, I put it into its sheath.
Yes, solid. Now, okay, just so I know, this is a bow that you stab people with and play violin with.
Yeah, my fiddle.
Okay.
Oh my god, is it your fucking focus too? Do you cast spells out of the end of it?
Oh, you know.
Alright, so you've got a Swiss Army knife.
Do we want to just say that it's also, like, the bow from which you shoot arrows somehow?
No, I don't like, that's too much.
You guys ride your horses very hard, and it's tough on the horses, but it is not simple on you either. You're standing in the saddle for a lot of it. You all have 1 level of exhaustion, so you're going to have disadvantage.
Can I make a constitution check to push through it?
That's what I did back here.
Oh, you rolled for me.
You rolled my con?
I don't like that.
So you've all got disadvantage on ability checks until you get a chance to have a nice long rest. So you guys are making your way
downtown.
Thankfully, though, none of y'all had a crit fail, which would have been 2 levels of exhaustion. So just, I guess, count your blessings on that.
Yeah, so here's a level of exhaustion, and say thank you that I didn't give you 2.
Exactly.
Fucking Hitler.
So, as you guys ride, the land changes. The sky, once so wide and blue it seemed an ocean above, has turned gray and bleak. The tall grass of the steppes recedes into the barren earth, and gnarled trees rise high above you. All too soon, the forest grows thick and somber, and it becomes difficult to see any level of depth into the woods on either side of the wagon road you're riding on. As the mist grows cold and swirls about your ankles, you round a bend in the road, and you're faced with a horrific sight. A wolf, large as a horse and matted with blood, seems to be gorging itself on an especially large swan. The dead avian, at least the size of an adult human, squawks once more as the air escapes its beak and the wolf swallows it whole. You feel an intense dread crawl up your spine. Everyone roll a DC 10 sanity check.
Easy. I pass it handily.
I'm good.
I got a 10 exactly.
Okay.
Easy 10.
11 natural.
So, this awful shiver goes up your spines, but you kind of shake it off. The wolf licks his chops and seems to almost grin with delight at his finished meal. His ears twitch as your horses approach, and you hear a voice from the wolf, the mist, the woods around you. As he pads forward, you hear, "Well, well, 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 well. Who rides so brazenly into my realm?"
Jerry, is that you?
Jerry? I don't know any Jerry. Tell me, what's Jerry like? Is he a tasty meats?
No. He's my gatekeeper. He's kind of a dick.
Oh, well, you must be a fancy man to have a gatekeeper.
Yeah, it's more of I'm not a great man, and they gotta make sure that I don't go back to where I came from.
The wolf is padding a little closer, and he kind of sniffs the air experimentally around you. He's like, "Oh, with that sulfur, you must be one of those demon-touched, aren't you? Got some skeletons hidden in your family closet, don't you?"
No, we leave those out for everybody to see.
I like you, sulfur boy. What about these others around you here? And he sniffs a little bit and gets a little closer.
Stay back from me, fiend, or I will be forced to put my sword through your throat.
Ooh, so sharp, this one. What's wrong, little girlie? Can't you see I mean you no harm?
Clearly.
You might need me to protect you, you know. Monsters look about in these woods, little meats. You might need someone to keep an eyes on you.
They would break against the might of the fist of House Alderwood.
The wolf slinks a little closer, and he says, "What brings you all here? What brings you into the Grimm's Wood?"
Malthus pulls out his rapier and says, "Hey, buddy, we could hear you fine from where you are. No need to inch your way back up over here."
The wolf stops in his tracks and he says, "Oh, manners. You're gonna draw a weapon on little old me?"
"I don't know your intent at all, so I would like it if you were far enough away from my party."
Well, why don't you roll yourself a little insight check?
Insight.
Oh, he got a nat 20.
Oh my god,
I got a
did
nat
too.
20.
Here, we'll roll for you, Matt. Oh,
Everybody
that's a
gets the
1.
nat 20.
Ooh, I'm sorry, buddy. Insight, I got a 10 on insight.
Okay, you think he's probably not much of a threat, actually. He just ate a really big swan. And, I mean, wolves, once they've eaten, they don't want to just kill again. You know that much. And, I mean, even though this is a giant talking wolf, the logic still holds true.
Malthus. He's clearly a forest protector. He must mean us no harm.
Malthus takes out his fiddle and he starts to tune it a little bit, and he just starts playing a little tune.
Okay. He perhaps perhaps wanting to respect your boundaries, doesn't get any closer. He just kind of starts trotting back and forth a little bit on this imaginary line you guys have set, and he says, "I still don't know what you're doing here. Maybe I can help you. I know these woods
Where
pretty
is it that we're going to?
Are we lost?
I don't know.
Those clearly were not.
That was not character
voices.
voice, obviously.
Yeah, that was a character voice, Matt.
You are not lost. This road, according to all maps, goes right to the Citadel. Yeah, as far as you know, you're on the right track. So you know you're not lost. Hammer, did you have a question?
You answered my question, and so Shaw says to the wolf creature, "Please, forest spirit, we're heading to the Citadel."
Ah, the old Zent place. Okay. What business have you over there? I know a lot of people. I might be able to get you in.
We're on the guest list. You needn't worry about us.
Oh, I like you. I like you, strong arm. Well then, why don't you all just go on your merry way? And he takes a couple steps over and he sits on his haunches on the side of the road.
Alright, well, Felina will stride forward, but she'll keep a wary eye on him.
Okay. Why don't Felina, as you're going by, you cross over in front of him, and as you cross in front, and you're keeping a wary eye on him, his eyes seem to glow. And roll yourself a charisma saving throw.
Charisma, huh?
Yeah.
Yippee. Just what I'm best at. 17.
Alright, you're all good. You walk on by, and he's like, he doesn't say anything as you go by, because he hasn't come up with a fun nickname for you yet. Alright, so yeah, you cross in front. What did the rest of y'all do?
Do I know that he's tried to do something on me?
You saw, well, I tell you what, I'll give you a chance. Roll an insight check.
I'm decent at insight. That's a nat 20 plus 5.
Whew.
That's
Okay,
25.
plus 5?
Yeah.
Alright, you know that
All the insight.
he definitely just tried to work some kind of magic on you. You can't be sure of the precise spell because you're not super trained in it, but you passed by him. His eyes seemed to catch the light in a unnatural way, and you definitely felt some kind of like tattered silk sort of brush across your soul.
Well, Felina will draw her blade and her shield and say, "You
Foul fiend, you'll not try anything like that again."
And he says, "Oh, I think you're right. You might be too tough for me, but we'll have to put that to the test." And he jumps at you.
All right.
Roll some initiative, you guys.
I got myself a 12 plus some stuff. 15 initiative.
17.
Shaw's at 15. Felina's at what?
17.
17. And
Yeah, can you not tell our voices apart?
Yeah, that was me that said 15.
I rolled a 19 and I have a bonus.
so what does that put you at?
More than 20. 23.
Okay, cool.
Monks also add all of their stats to... I'm just kidding. Sorry. I wouldn't be surprised if they added wisdom, but
I wouldn't
I
either.
don't think that they do.
Yeah. Shaw, you see the wolf ready to pounce, but you have a moment to react.
Okay.
He's about 15 feet away from you. He's right next to Felina. And Malthus, do you want to be in front or behind Shaw?
I was thinking that I was rearing the
I
back.
imagined myself
Okay,
being
cool.
in the middle.
Yeah.
So that worked out perfectly. Would you say that this wolf is humanoid? Oh, you said he's as big as a horse, right?
Yeah, he is a four-legged wolf as big as a horse.
So not humanoid.
Not humanoid.
Got it.
Okay, Shaw does a wushu backflip dismount off of the horse, grabbing his staff off of
Nice.
his back as he does, and squaring up against the wolf with the staff pointed towards it, ready to catch any leap that the wolf might do.
Okay.
And he says, I was hoping not to have to show you Pole of Blooming Lotus, but you leave me no choice.
Every time you talk, I'm always imagining the stupid mouth moving super fast.
Perfect, that's exactly what I was trying to invoke.
Okay, so are you just going to
He's
attack?
50
or do
feet
you...
away. Can I attack?
No, 15. Yeah.
And it's half your speed to get off your horse.
Yeah, so you should definitely be able to make it to him.
Okay,
This round.
Yeah. You should wait
Shaw,
for me,
with the quickness of a viper, strikes out twice at the wolf, attempting to strike him twice as the wolf closes the distance between them.
Okay. Give me some attack rolls.
Can do. And these boys will keep me honest.
I'm certain of it.
As a person who has 8 in honor,
An 11 and a
not
3.
honest.
The 11 turns into a big number. The 11 turns into an 18.
Okay, that gets through.
Okay. And then I'm going to add a martial arts on top of that. So one more attack. This is the
Okay.
free one. 5. Okay, so just an 18. That's going to be a d8 plus 4. 1 plus 4. 5 damage.
He takes 5 damage.
If I shoot someone with the bow, like a short bow, do I add anything for damage or no? Is it
You
just
add your
whatever the
dex
damage?
modifier.
Ah.
Revel in it. It wasn't always
Yeah,
like that.
Okay, cool. All right. So, lashing out twice at the wolf. One strikes true, knocking one of his teeth, and he deftly avoids the other. Shaw also throws in a kick for good measure, which goes wide. I've never faced such a fast opponent before.
Yeah, he kind of one of your blows glances off of him, but then he's coming right at you. And he is gonna come at you. Well, hold on. First, all right, yeah, he's gonna come at you with a bite.
Was he near me to begin with?
He is Shaw, like kind of interposed himself between the two of you. So right now,
Did he?
like directly in front of you is Shaw, and then right in front of Shaw is the big bad wolf. So
Okay.
he's like, "Ooh, you're fast, strong arm. Let's see if you're fast enough." And he comes at you with a 19.
I'm going to use my reaction to impose disadvantage on him with my protection.
All right,
Fighting style.
cool. So I'll roll that again. Oh, still a 19.
Oh shit.
Does that hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Hambone?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You take. That seems like. I'm gonna roll this because just the normal amount seems like a lot.
That's average.
Yeah. Cool. So you take 9 damage, Hammer, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
My specialty.
Okay. 10.
Okay, so you get knocked prone. As you get knocked prone, you hear that same kind of dark, chuckling voice from the air around you, and you hear the wolf say, "Ooh, strong arm. I guess you're the first to go." And he tries to swallow you.
It will be as the dragon god wills it.
He got an 18
Versus
your AC.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay, so Malthus and Dame Duquesne, the two of you see the wolf, like, very unnaturally, sort of, his jaw unhinges.
Like a snake.
Like a snake, but where a snake has to, work its mouth around its victim, this wolf swallows Shaw whole in one big gulp. Hammer, you are blinded and restrained. I guess the good news is you have total cover against attacks and other effects outside the big bad wolf. So that's something. Okay, Felina, you're up.
How far is the wolf?
He's right in front of you. You can get right to him.
All right. Well, I'll dismount first, and I'll give a good old slap on Thunder Cougar Falconbirds. But
Smart.
I'll move right up to the wolf, and as a bonus action, I'll shield shove.
Perfect.
Go against his athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, so I need to roll a save.
You need to roll a skill check. Athletics
Gotcha.
or acrobatics, whichever is higher.
Or
lower, you could do that if you want.
Yeah, I could. 14.
I'm afraid I got a 26.
Dang. Okay.
He is prone,
All right.
and I'm going to make my 2 attacks now.
Go for
These
it.
have
The
advantage.
proner becomes the pronee.
Let's see, 18 plus whatever. I'm pretty sure it hits. 25 to hit
Yeah, that
on
hits.
the first attack. This may not. Yeah, it is. That's fine. 22 to hit on the second.
Both of those hit.
And can Hammer hear me?
Hammer is blind and restrained.
Not deaf, so he can hear me.
Yeah, he can. It's probably a little muffled, but he can hear you.
I'm going to use one of my Battle Master maneuvers to rally him and give him some temporary hit points.
Take heart, monk, in a wolf's
Fuck you! I was about to say that.
Sorry. No, go for it.
Hold steady, Shaw. I'm coming for you.
And you get. Oh wow! Lucky you. 8 temporary hit points.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
That's not bad at all.
And he's gonna take 19 damage
19. Nice.
total.
Okay,
That's from 2
cool.
attacks.
Okay.
Can I like forego one of those attacks to like stomp on his stomach to make him throw up? Because he is prone.
Not this time, because you already rolled the damage, but
Sure.
that sounds really cool. So next round, if you want to do that, for sure.
Cool.
Malthus, you're up.
I want to do something cool, but I don't think it's gonna be advantageous for us. So instead,
Not everything you do has to be advantageous.
yeah, what I was gonna do was gonna make this wolf run away as far as he can. I don't think you being in his belly, running as far as he can, would be helpful
You
in
can
this
certainly
situation.
do it. It wouldn't be too bad of an idea. It would provoke an attack of opportunity from.
That's cool. I point at him, and I extend my index finger.
Okay.
And I say, "Hey, I wonder how you taste." And I use Hellish Rebuke.
Nice.
And he has to make a Dexterity saving throw. Must beat a 17.
Dex save and throw.
He's grappled by me.
Rolling. Dex save, you said?
Dex save.
He saves.
He has disadvantage.
He's prone, so he has
so he's
Oh,
disadvantage.
that's correct. Okay, I'll roll again. Ooh, natural 1.
Oh, nice. Alright, so he takes 2d10 points of fire damage.
Ooh, this could be very important.
Takes a total of 13 damage.
Oh, daddy. All right, cool. So you hit the wolf real hard, and yeah, he's kind of burning on the ground, and you hear him yipe some. Solid. It's back up to him though, so he is going to.
It's Hammer's first.
Oh, you're right, Hammer. You start this turn blind and restrained. You can unrestrain yourself if you do a athletics
You can
check.
also still attack. You just have disadvantage.
That is
Can't
true.
use acrobatics
But he's
or sleight of
prone,
hand?
so it kind of evens out, right?
Foolish wolf, don't you know you've brought me exactly where I want to be? And as he says that, Shaw's hands glow with an incandescent power. The breath of the dragon god infuses his fists, and I'm going to make all of my melee attacks unarmed. I'm just going to punch my way out from the inside.
Okay.
3d20, a 19, a 2, and a 1.
So that first one definitely hits.
So one of these attacks was an attack granted by my flurry of blows. I will impose one of the following effects on the target. You can push it. I'm sorry, it must make a strength saving throw. If it fails, you can push it up to 15 feet away from you. So also a strength saving throw.
So you punch your way out of this.
So you're gonna.
I'm literally gonna just
So if
punch
you
my
do
way
this-
out of him. Like
Yeah. All right. Let's
just
see it. So I have to make a
strength
saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. He does have a +5 to strength. So
I would honestly make this Constitution since he's inside of him.
Either way, I'm sure he's got like a +5 to both.
Yeah. Okay. So roll in. 15.
15? That might actually do it. Let's double check. 14? Okay.
14.
All right. Same thing again.
He makes it safe.
Yeah. Here's something very important though. You haven't given me any damage yet this
Yeah,
turn.
let me give you some damage. These are going to be 1d6. 16 damage.
All right. That's not
Yeah.
bad. And you said you were gonna do a little more hitting. Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
He rolled a 2.
Got him, coach.
So he goes 15 feet
up
in
to 15 feet.
up to 15 feet away from you.
Yeah. So Shaw, with his fists glowing with the light of the dragon god, gives one strong punch that jettisons the wolf's
Does it
body
move you
towards.
too since you're inside of him?
No, I stay in place. He slid out from
here's
over my
the
body.
important thing, though, Hammer. So this dog was prone on the ground, but we can say that he was still facing the threat when he got knocked down. So he was still facing Felina, and you want to push her. You want to push this wolf towards Felina, right? Okay. So if this is in my head correct, that means you going out the booty. You coming out the end that isn't the wolf's mouth. All right, cool. All right, so you wail on this wolf and you come out one end and he goes forward in the other direction.
Is it dead?
It ain't dead, but he ain't happy. Give me that damage.
Well, if he's moving past me 15 feet, that's moving past me. Can I get an opportunity attack?
This is the start of a new round. Yes. Let me have Hammer's damage though, real quick.
I've already dealt damage.
Okay,
It was 16.
Cool. Hammer, do you launch him pretty far, right? Like so he would move past Felina?
That is
All
correct.
right, yeah, Felina.
Opportunity attack.
Opportunity attack as it leaves your threatened range.
19 to hit.
That hits. This is, I guess.
Thanks to Sentinel, as soon as I make a successful opportunity attack, they get stuck right where they are.
Okay, so it goes 5 feet past you, and then it stops dead as I.
And then I like pin it to the ground.
Yeah, I'm guessing like as it's going by you, you like slam your shield onto his back or something, pinning him to the ground.
11 more damage.
Felina, is that wolf's paw pinned by trap? I recognize that technique.
All right, nicely done, Felina. It is his turn though, so
Correct.
he bites you and you stay up and stay strong. He is gonna bite you again. That is another hit, so that's another 16 damage coming at you.
Okay.
Now you're up though.
I will start the round with another shield shove
Okay.
to push him down again. Oh, 26 again.
Yeah, he's down.
Well, no, he's got him. He can make a strength saving.
Oh, that's
or not
right.
strength saving. It's athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Nope, he got a 9.
Cool. Well, he's prone again,
Okay,
and now I'm
He
gonna
ain't
do my
nothing
2
but
attacks.
a hound dog.
they both hit.
6 plus 16 more damage total.
Solid. Malthus, why don't you go?
Malthus goes, ha! Is the little puppy dog having a little tantrum? And then he takes
What's he doing? What are you doing?
I'm using vicious mockery.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Okay. 10, so I don't think that's gonna pass.
Nope. He takes 1d4 damage plus he has disadvantage on his next
Nice.
attack. Okay. Got reaction to that.
Cool. Shaw, you're up.
All right. The prayer beads around Shaw's neck glow with a blue light, and he glides over to the fallen beast, and he does the Echoes of Thunder, Falling Star Strike, and hits him twice with the staff.
They both hit.
As the 2 staff strikes whop the wolf on the side of his head very loudly, he says, lightning always follows thunder, and kicks him across the mouth. Except it's the other way around. Oops.
You got it backwards there, strong arm.
I can't hear you through a mouth of broken teeth.
They'll grow back. I got a good dentist. His name's Toby.
That's pretty funny because my dog's name is Toby. So just in my
28
mind,
damage.
Your dog's my dentist, Sulfur Boy. I see him every Tuesday of the 3rd month. How much damage?
28.
28. God almighty. That's a lot of damage, and he doesn't like it. He's gonna say, I don't need teeth to finish you off. And he's gonna try another bite
On who?
attack. On Shaw. 14?
Actually, I'm gonna use Sentinel's reaction thing. He's attacking Shaw. I'm gonna get an opportunity attack.
And you rolled
Okay.
a 14 to hit.
Yes.
You miss. The 5 wins grant me swiftness. You cannot hit me.
6 more damage.
He locks eyes with you, Shaw, and he says, if you won't get inside me, then why don't you let me inside you? And his eyes flash, and you need to make a charisma saving throw, please.
All right. 13.
13. Felina and Malthus, you are stunned as the wolf's body disappears. It seems to like fade away into insubstantiality, and then it's completely disappears from your vision. Shaw straightens up and looks at you all and says,
Well, Wolf is gone now. We should go on our way.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
"Oh, nothing. The wolf disappears from view."
Can I roll an insight as to what he meant?
Yeah, you can definitely roll an insight.
Can I have advantage since last time I rolled insight, he tried the same thing on me?
Ooh, that sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah, and you were right there, so you definitely heard him.
Hey, wait, that's not my character voice. Hey, what's going on over there?
15.
I'm sorry?
15.
Okay. Yeah. You can tell that, something is definitely not right with Shaw.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to shield shove Shaw.
Okay, go for it.
Alright, hammer, I guess. Make a acrobatics or athletics.
My choice.
Yeah.
Can he choose to fail it?
It's a natural 13 with nothing added.
Alright, well, I got a 16 plus 7, so it's 23. You are prone.
And keep track of your HP as well.
That doesn't do damage.
Okay.
What do you mean by this insult?
Malthus, something's wrong with Shaw. There seems to be something on the wing.
I'm more well than ever I've been before.
Alright, Malthus walks over. He inspects Shah. He looks him into his eyes. Do I see anything? Do I roll perception or insight or something?
Roll insight, please.
Insight.
Malthus, you can see the burning embers of the dragon god, as you always see when you look into Shaw's eyes.
Except for there's something accompanying it. 16.
All right. Yeah, you also can definitely... Okay, you rolled an insight. You know that there's something super wrong with Shaw. Please roll an Arcana check.
Him or
as like
me?
the only real Tran.
Arcana. I got a 8.
I've got a 1 in Arcana.
Okay.
I rolled a whopping 8.
Yeah, with an 8, you are pretty certain that the wolf has put some kind of spell or effect on Shaw.
Okay, I use the spell magic.
Okay.
What you doing that for, baby? It's just me, Shaw. I'm fine.
So you use Dispel Magic.
Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. If it's higher, then I gotta roll the for DC.
Come on, Matthew. It's me, Sean.
Roll to Dispel.
And I add my spell modifier, right?
Yeah.
The fuck. I did not roll too hot. 7 plus whatever that is right here.
Give yourself
11.
bardic inspiration, man.
Oh, but yeah, bardic inspiration. Smart. I do that. Where's
Okay.
the D8 at? 15.
All right. Shaw's eyes flash, and his body shakes and convulses. And as the spell is broken into 10,000 arcane pieces, the wolf in a ethereal glowing form is pushed out of Soul's area,
Shaw's.
like his little personal, Shaw's personal bubble. And the spectral wolf floats in the air and looks at you all and chuckles a bit, and he says, "Ho ho, well, I guess you got the best of me this time, boys and girls. But don't you worry, the big bad wolf's always around the corner. Just know that here in the Grimm's Wood, there's worse around than me." And he fades away into nothingness, and it's a slower, more like the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland fade away. So you can be relatively sure that he's gone for good this time. Shaw, you were aware the entire time the wolf was possessing you, but you had absolutely zero ability to move or do anything. It was very, very spooky.
I've experienced such things before. The dragon god has moved through me in the past. He has seen that my movements strike true. This was unlike that.
Well, the important thing is you're all right now. We should probably keep moving forward.
Let me make sure I still know all of my techniques. Shaw begins practicing his 2300.
So that's going to take...
As soon as he starts, I just whistle for Thunder Cougar Falconbird and hop on and start riding.
Oh, you start riding? You know from experience that this is like a 6 to 8 hour procedure for him. He's gonna be doing this, and it will be very much too dark to travel by the time he has done his self-assessment. So
okay, I'll give him 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna say,
All right, Shaw, we don't have time for this. We have to get moving. This girl's life is at stake.
So Shaw checks his moves, and his spirit and body and soul, and
at the end of it he goes, I know Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu.
It is correct. I still know the Kung Fu. So you guys remount your horses. They thankfully did not go too far in the fight, and travel for just a short while longer, and you soon turn the final bend, and before you, up against the mountain of the Dragon Spine Mountains, is the Raven Citadel, home to the venerable Grimm Woods, and there we will leave our party tonight.
All right, guys, that's the episode. Thanks for tuning in. We've got more fantastical, whimsy, fairy tale scenarios coming your way in the following weeks. Be sure to find us on all of the social medias: Twitter, Friendster, Facebook, Zanga, Instagram, MySpace, WordPress, ShareCloud, CloudCloud, and TweetBlock. Always at the handle Goofs and Goblins. Spell it out, no ifs, ampersands, or buts about it. And as always, pledge fealty to the Baby King.